Okay, let's talk about that feeling. You know the one? That modern, all too familiar dread of the ringing phone. Why is it that so many of us just stare at our screens, heart pounding, basically just praying it goes to voicemail? Well, today, we're going to dig into the psychology behind why you might be letting that call go unanswered.
I mean, does that sound familiar? Your screen lights up, you hear that ringtone, and your stomach just drops. It's this sudden jolt of anxiety, right? And you're not alone in this. It's like there's this silent pact among millions of us call avoiders in our super connected world. But here's the thing. What if I told you that feeling isn't some kind of flaw?
Because it's not. This is so important to get. You're not being rude. You're not antisocial. What's really happening is that your brain is actually trying to protect you. Seriously. It's this deeply ingrained mechanism that's trying to manage your energy, your sense of control, and yeah, even performance anxiety in a world that just demands we're available 24/7.
So, let's give this feeling a name, shall we? Let's call it the ringtone drop. You know, that exact moment your peaceful vibe is totally shattered by an unscheduled demand for your attention. And trust me, if you feel it, you are so not alone. But the big question is, why does it happen?
Well, what's so interesting is that according to psychology, this isn't some one-size-fits-all thing. Nope. It turns out there are three pretty distinct profiles of the modern call avoider. So let's dive in and see which one sounds most like you. Okay, so here are the three types. We've got the scriptless dreamer, the energy guardian, and the performance artist. I love these names. Let's break down what each of them actually means. All right, first up, the scriptless dreamer. Does the thought of being caught totally off guard just fill you with dread? If so, this is probably you. Think about it. A phone call is pure improv. There's no backspace key for your mouth, right? There's no time to think and craft the perfect response. You're just live. And for the dreamer, that total lack of control is where all the stress comes from. And this really gets to the heart of it. It's not about avoiding people at all. It's about wanting to communicate the best version of your thoughts. You know, a text or an email, you get a draft. You can edit. You can get it just right. A phone call? Nope. It demands this instant, completely unedited performance. And that is what the scriptless dreamer just finds so uncomfortable. Okay, moving on to our second type, the energy guardian. For this one, I want you to think of your social energy like, well, like your phone's battery, or maybe your Wi-Fi signal at home. For the guardian, an unexpected phone call isn't just a quick chat. Oh no, it's like opening up some huge, power-hungry app that drains your battery to zero and just hogs all the bandwidth. And you can really see it here. Just look at the difference in perceived energy cost. A text message? It's like a tiny little blip. You can get back to it whenever you have the mental space. But a phone call? Whoa, that is a massive spike. It demands everything from you, all at once. You have to listen, you have to process, you have to respond emotionally, you have to find the right words. It's a lot. And for the energy guardian, that's just a really high price to pay. And that brings us to our third and final type, the performance artist. Now this one isn't so much about control or energy, as it is about feeling judged. For the performance artist, a phone call feels like being shoved onto a stage with a spotlight right in your face, and you've had zero rehearsal. Every little word, every awkward pause, every time you stumble over a thought, it feels like it's all being examined under a microscope. And this is actually tied to a real psychological thing called the spotlight effect. It's that nagging belief that everyone is paying way more attention to you than they actually are. So the performance artist's brain is just going nuts, right? Do I sound dumb? Oh man, that pause was way too long. Did they just hear my voice crack? The reality is, the person on the other end probably didn't notice a thing. But that feeling of being scrutinized, it's incredibly powerful and yeah, super anxiety-inducing. So, okay, we've gone through the scriptless streamer, the energy guardian, and the performance artist. What's the big takeaway from all this? Well, it's time for a major reframe. We have to stop seeing this as some kind of personal problem. It's not. It's a preference. Just look at this comparison here. So often, the common misconception is that we're being rude or that we just have social anxiety. But the psychological reality, it's so much more empowering than that. It is simply a communication preference. Let me say that again. You are not broken because you'd rather send a text. You just have a different style of communicating. And this is really the core idea of this whole explainer. It's not that you're trying to avoid connection. Not at all. It's that you're looking for a different kind of connection. It's this preference for what we can call high-substance, low-performance connection. You want the meaningful interaction, you want the real conversation, you just don't want the pressure of putting on a live show to get it. Okay, so now that we know all of this, where do we go from here? How do we actually use this? Well, we can take this understanding and start to rethink how we connect with people and really make it work for us, instead of feeling like it's working against us.
Honestly, the first step is just figuring out which one you are. Are you a scriptless streamer, an energy guardian, a performance artist? Just having that label is so powerful. It gives you the words to understand your own needs, and maybe even more importantly, to explain them to other people. Think about it. A simple, "Hey, can I call you back in 10? Just need to gather my thoughts." That can change everything.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Now that you know this isn't some flaw you have, but just your personal style, what does your ideal connection actually look like? Is it a really thoughtful email? Maybe it's a long voice note that you can record whenever you want. Or hey, maybe it's just a scheduled call so you feel prepared. Figuring that out, understanding your preference, is the real key to building connections that actually energize you instead of completely draining you.